Good evening, millionaires, traders, investors out there, guys. I'm your host, the Digital Goat. Welcome to Digital Wealth Wednesdays. I hope everyone is having an amazing hump day because I know you're out there fucking it up. You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, I hope you guys are super excited because I'm not sure if many of you have been paying attention to the news. Obviously, some of you probably have with the recent news that we had with President Joe Biden, guys, that he's going to do a little bit of debt relief for student loans. So I know that's exciting right there, guys. I'm not sure how that will impact a lot of you guys, but we're going to kind of talk about that and its correlation to the market. But our topic today, what we're going to mainly focus on is consolidation, guys. I think a lot of people not struggle, but not realizing how important or how easy they can utilize consolidation with basically what we went over last week, pretty much a break and retest, guys, to continue in that direction. Now, obviously, if the market breaks below those positions, we can pretty much certify that that structure is no longer valid. But obviously, I'm American, guys. I'm in the United States. So I like to focus on my country currency. If you've been on my calls before, you've heard me talk about this nonstop. I think that's very important as an investor to know what the hell your country's currency is doing. So we're going to start off with that, guys. I'm going to actually kind of dumb down my charts just to get rid of the distractions. And we're just going to go from there, guys. So just give me a moment. Let me set up, I got to set up my music real quick. And then we're going to be straight, guys. We're going to be straight. So drop some ones in the chat, guys. If you are viewing this, just drop in where you're viewing this from, guys. I like to, incorporate that participation with you guys as well. So while I'm doing this, drop where you guys are in the YouTube chat. And then once I get my music going on, y'all know I have my rhythm and we'll all be in synergy, right? Right? Awesome. Let's go. Is this my right playlist? Yeah. Okay, cool, guys. Cool. I'm all set up. So I think my screen is not. Oh, there we go. For some reason, it wasn't sharing my screen, but technical difficulties, guys, as always. I mean, technology, right? But anyway, guys, the DXY, right? That is the United States dollar currency index. If you don't know what that is, I would highly advise you utilizing that. Now, if you are viewing from outside the country, again, I would, emphasize, guys, that you really hone in on your own country's currency. That way, that'll help you make decisive moves within the market. But not even that, staying up to date on the economy. I think that's super important. Staying up to date on the economy, guys. I preach about economics. I think it's important in this day and age, especially since information is almost limitless. So you want to put yourself in the best position to make accurate call outs when you're looking at the market, guys. Now, DXY, right? We hit a level of structure. If you guys see right here on my screen, we hit a level of structure, i.e. resistance. So the market is showing you what it actually responded to, right? Now, I'm not sure if anything on the news outlets triggered that today. I was very seldom on news. I looked at it for this morning. I know I was looking at Bloomberg this morning, guys, where, my main focus was, are we in a recession? Are we getting a handle on inflation? And what is the rest of the world doing? Now, I'm here to tell you guys the rest of the world is more in jeopardy of going into a recession than we are. I mean, poor China over there, guys, they're struggling. They're struggling economically. The value of their currency is still depreciating in value, while, as you guys see, the United States dollar is going up. So other currencies are actually depreciating in value, guys. Euro being one of them, but we have some recovery phases that we're pretty much in. Each market has its own cycle. So with us knowing that, we know that that's pretty much just responses to retest or pullbacks, whatever you want to laminate it as, guys, to make you feel better when you're trading, right? So we hit a level of resistance. I like that. Price actually retested this area. Now it's not 8 o'clock yet. So again, I don't like to make predetermined moves. Now I can give a bias, but I don't like to make predetermined moves without it being 8 o'clock, because as you guys can see on the daily time frame right now, if you look out to the right of my screen, the United States dollar currency index is not open right now. So we don't have enough information to pretty much dictate what is going to go on in these next couple of hours. You could just formulate a bias based off of like the trend, right? So what I'm expecting overall is us to lose some strength in the dollar. I don't expect it to like Hail Mary or crash down. But I do expect it to lose some strength in it, giving us some good plays for other currencies against it. Again, Euro guy, Euro USD, British pound, well, pound sterling is what they call it over there. Pound sterling, Australian dollar against United States dollar, New Zealand dollar against United States dollar, and actually utilizing the stocks as well, guys. But we'll go into stocks another day. So that's what I'm looking at. Overall, I'm looking at the dollar to go into like a recovery phase, pretty much retesting the area that it broke out. Now, I actually didn't plan to utilize like the dollar index off of the consolidation portion that I was talking about, but right here, and I can tell the difference because this is my trading view. So right here, this is my consolidation zone. So I had this marked up, I believe, what date was this? August. So last week or the week before last? Yeah, last week. So pretty much last week. Yeah, I had a consolidation zone. Now, again, guys, for my investors out there, you should be buying the dollar. I'm gonna just be plain and simple with that. When we have advantages like this was an opportunity for my people that use E-Trade, Stash, whatever stock platform that's out there that you guys using to trade, you're using it to invest in stocks. You guys could have pretty much just went under the future section and started buying the dollar, guys. Depending on how much you had, you would have made a return on that. And now you have the opportunity potentially to sell the dollar back to the zone where it broke out. Now let's break it down on a smaller time frame, guys. I'm not going to do the top-down analysis until we go to the currency that I'm actually looking at for us to take advantage of. But if you see right here, this was consolidation. Absolutely, right? Consolidation broke out of that. Now we didn't necessarily have a return, like a big return to that zone. So that's what I'm anticipating. I'm anticipating that we'll potentially have a return to this zone, which will give us more data to understand, okay, what are these other currencies doing right here, guys? But here's the thing about consolidation, right? While we're here. So consolidation does a clear break and retest, guys. Now you have either one major retest or you have another form, which is like a small retest. Now right here, it did a small breakout. I wouldn't signify as the retest that I need to say that, the dollar is continuing or whatever currency, like erase the idea that we're using the dollar solely, and it doesn't matter. We can do this universal to currencies. Now, obviously the pullbacks and things may vary depending on what you're trading. Obviously, if it's indices, you may have a more aggressive pullback. But when you start identifying consolidation, guys, you need to put that as an indication that, okay, it broke out of my consolidation, but I didn't have a return. As we know, based off of basic market structure, we need to have the dollar return. Any currency return. Well, it doesn't matter what you're doing, stocks, Forex, cryptocurrency, any type of breakout of consolidation, we need to have some type of return, and that will signify for us, are we continuing in that direction? Now, here's the thing, it's subjective. Don't put it in your head that, oh man, when price broke out of this consolidation, when it returns, that still validates my buy. Whoa, or sell, whatever you're looking at. I would say slow down, because again, all you're doing is using the data presented before you, guys. That's all it is, right? So if it breaks out your consolidation zone and it comes back and it retests or creates a level of support, or new support, then you're pretty much looking at, yes, the dollar or whatever currency you're trading can still go in that direction, but it can blow through it. Now, if it blows through it, what your next move would be, okay, now let me kind of draw it out to kind of make sense. Let's do the scenario that I'm not projecting the dollar to, bounce off of this consolidation zone, right? I'm expecting it to blow through it. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just giving you guys a depiction so everybody can kind of be like, okay, I see what you're saying, go. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me get my... So let's just say the dollar started crashing from here, right? It started crashing from here. It's giving you its funny plays, and just ignore me, guys, because I'm just doing this just to show you, like, obviously the market is not going to move like this, but I'm just showing you. But say it blows through, right? It blows through that area. Well, you now confirm based off that consolidation zone that buy is no longer valid. But also what gives you an opportunity is that, okay, if it does blow through, one, I can believe that we are continuing down to the we're continuing to the downside. So now this trend has completely reversed to downtrend, which obviously you'll probably be able to spot that as you start breaking these previous lows over here. But if it blows through this, your next position, what you will be looking for, guys, is for the market return back to that consolidation zone, then continue to go down. Now, it could be aggressive, right? You could have a Hail Mary that just continues to sell the market, and you're like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna get a pullback. Guys, there's always a pullback. Doesn't matter what it does, there's always a pullback. And 9 times out of 10, that pullback isn't as gracious as you think. So if the market does continue to keep coming down, just hypothetically speaking, right, your pullback will probably be a little bit aggressive. So it'll probably be on the top of the consolidation zone versus like in the middle or at the bottom, guys. But again, if you get your pullback or you start to see the market return back up, you obviously can signify that, all right, I'm in a sell now. I'm in a sell. I just got to wait for structure to play out. Once I have a return back to that immediate zone, I could take the sell. Pretty straightforward, right? Let's not make trading any harder than what it already is, guys. I understand, when you pull up a chart, it seems a little intimidating, but at the same time, guys, really, when you start understanding these concepts, it becomes very simplified, right? I'm not saying simplified to the point where it's like, oh, trading is easy to make money because you have to overcome the barriers, which is, do I know how to take my profit? Am I trading responsibly? Because, you can treat it as like drinking, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you trading responsibly? Because you can be messed up in this market not trading responsibly, even though you know a lot and everything that you've learned up until that point. It's like, I know what to do in the market, but I'm still just not doing it. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what's cool right now is that I like this for the dollar, because we talked about this last week. We talked about this last week where the dollar did in fact break out. I forgot what zone we were looking at. We were talking about the dollar against British pound or pound sterling, Japanese yen, guys. So I do remember that now. And it was showing us similar views, and what we were waiting for was what the dollar was necessarily going to do. Was it going to break out, which it did. It returned to the zone on its initial push, but it hasn't returned back to the zone for continuation. Now, again, we hit a level of resistance, and the cool thing that I see right now, guys, if you can spot it, if you look at this, now this is the only data we have, but if you look at it, wow, man, doesn't this look like another form of consolidation that I could use? I want to box this up differently because I don't want, the chart to remain the same for you guys, but let me create this. What color? I think I normally do like gold or something. Let's just do an off color today. Not that serious, right? I'll do it for this as well. So right here, we have consolidation. It may not look like that. Now, you can, off of pretty much the 4-hour time frame, almost, I don't like to be straightforward with the terminology, guys, because, people hear one thing and they just run with that instead of you being objective and coming from both directions of how you should be looking at the market, right? But if you look at it right here, what do we always talk about? A trend, a break of structure, guys, right? So if you just look at this, even though this is consolidation, right? You can look at this objectively and say, well, I mean, price has definitely been creating the start of a downtrend, potentially, right? Because we need further data to confirm that, right? We have potentially a downtrend starting right here, guys, just off of this 4-hour time frame, which the market didn't really go anywhere, but it started showing signs that, man, I want to start dropping down. Now, the only thing we need is more data for, the market to actually present that, yes, I am trying to drop down. But here's the thing. Even in this area, if we are signifying this as like a downtrend, it's still consolidation at the end of the day, right? So when we have our initial breakout, what should we be looking for, guys, right? What should we be looking for? I know there's nobody like actively participating, but I want you guys to think, what should you be looking for? A break, turn back to that zone, take it to the next consolidation zone, right? Again, you can apply this logic on any currency pair, any commodity, any metal, indice, cryptocurrency out there, guys. The only difference is how aggressive the pullback is, right? Sometimes you don't get a full pullback into the consolidation zone. Sometimes it's at the bottom. Sometimes it says, man, I want to ride this thing all the way to the top to create a new level of resistance, right? So many factors, but again, if you already are anticipating that for the most part, guys, like, I'm not holding myself to say that, okay, once it gets to the zone, I'm just selling. Once it gets to the zone, I want to pay attention, right? I want to pay attention and see how the market reacts to that, guys, right? Now, what I want to do, I want to talk about cryptocurrency real quick because it has been showing signs of consolidation, guys. Now, that's what I was looking at. I was actually trading it aggressively this weekend, doing slow movements, which in hindsight, with this move right here, you don't want to be at it, right? You don't necessarily want to be in these moves. Besides, if you're a scalper and, you're moving with a specific lot size, as we know with cryptocurrency, as far as like the margin, the spread, guys, as far as like the pip count, it's more aggressive, but at the same time, the payout is less because it's not trying to harm people because it is a super volatile market. But right here, we could do the same thing. So for people being confused, like, you're not really trying to predict the direction off of this, but it does show you potential signs early on, guys, right? So right here, even if you just look at Bitcoin, right? We're going to look at Bitcoin because I'm going to use that as like our index for like cryptocurrency, just like we use the dollar. I use Bitcoin as like an index, guys. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I invest, I trade it, but I use it primarily as an index so I can go to other currencies. Now, this is against the dollar. I don't have like Bitcoin against Japanese yen, or I don't even know what else is out there. I only do it in representation to the dollar because that's what matters to me, right? So you just look at it right here, guys, consolidation as well, right? Consolidation as well, just box it up. Fairly simple. Now, again, you want to figure out the direction. You want to figure out how aggressive the pullback is, but consolidation right here, right? Now, what's cool is that we've already had a break of structure, right? Between these highs right here, if you just, we just move this up. Well, let me duplicate this. Man, my computer's acting slow today. Oh, this is a side note, guys. Anybody that's in the Charlotte area, or just anybody interested in the metaverse, interested in NFTs, guys, there's this amazing group out in Charlotte. They actually travel nationwide. If you want to look these guys up, they're called NFT Charlotte. So NFT CLT on Instagram. That would be on Instagram, guys. I highly recommend if they come to your city and you have the ability, you have the opportunity to go there. It's a free event. I would definitely take advantage of that, guys. They're doing some amazing things, introducing the metaverse and giving people, the average person, more in-depth information on how blockchain technology works, right? So I was at an event yesterday, blown away. Now I've only been to one other event, but what I can tell you is that they outdid themselves this previous event, guys. So that's just a side note. If you're in the Charlotte area, but again, follow them so that way you can keep track of what cities that they're actually going towards. But right here, guys, right? If we just move this to the top, color code it, right? Because we like the color things. We like to make trading fun. If you look at it, this was the previous resistance zone, right? Did the market not break out of that? Absolutely. Even when you remove that and just look at the consolidation area, absolutely, the market broke out of that. Now, the only thing we need is the retest, not knowing how aggressive the retest will be. And it could just push up here and decide to dive back deeper into the market. But again, guys, you have an idea, even within consolidation, even within a range in market, of what the market may be getting ready to do. Because again, it still follows structure. It still follows a law pattern within the market, guys. Understand that, right? So that's actually what I'm anticipating for Bitcoin. And most cryptocurrencies, that's going to fall in place with it. Now, again, I have to wait and see for better action. You know what I'm saying? I do have to wait and see for better price action, guys, to see what the market may do. But also, that's where looking at candlesticks come into place. We do have resistance here. So even if I was to move the market like that, that is still resistance, guys, right? But as far as this structure is concerned, it broke above that structure. Should be wanting to retest somewhere within this zone, if not a little bit deeper. We can never be too accurate with cryptocurrency, volatile market, still a new market to the average person. But again, guys, to me, I see signs of bullish momentum after the breakout. Now, again, we have to be patient and wait for the breakout. So when we get the breakout, your job is to be patient enough to say, okay, I have the breakout. Now I need to wait for a potential retest, and it will be in pretty much the area of a previous high, which, as you guys see, previous highs right here, nothing too difficult. Don't forget the highs that it broke out on a smaller time frame. So let's kind of look at that. Let me break it down to the hour, see how that looks. Okay, so what I'm saying is that we have previous highs on other time frames, guys, that a lot of people forget to look at. They'll look at the major highs that the market broke out of. That's why you have to pretty much hone in on your scale down is what it's called. Scale down with the time frame, guys. So when you start going deeper and deeper as far as like the time frame, or lower and lower, you'll be able to identify previous highs that you didn't see on a higher time frame. I hope that didn't confuse anybody, or I tongue twisted that, you know what I'm saying? So I do see potential momentum for cryptocurrency to go to the upside, guys. No, I'm not saying we're in a position to say what we used to be saying, to the moon, but we do have, subtle signs that I like, you know what I'm saying? When what I'm here to tell you guys is that I know that cryptocurrency specifically has probably put a damper in people's pockets in their investment portfolios, people not having faith in it anymore because they didn't have the guidance. But I'm here to tell you guys, continue your investing. Yes, you may have been the person that it dropped so low that you felt like you had to sell. So really you did take a loss. There's no such thing as a loss until you hit the sell button or sell your profit away, guys, or whatever your losses are, or sell your losses, right? So what I want you guys to understand is that we're still in a prime time for cryptocurrency to do what it needs to do, to still create the millionaires, to still be impactful to families for the future. All it did, the initial burst of momentum that Bitcoin did, all the way up, I believe, to 60 something, 62K. I'm not sure what's its high peak. I'll look at it later. But anywhere around that area, it just showed us the potential of what it can and will do. Now, will we have those aggressive spikes to the upside, and where people are saying, oh, Bitcoin is going to be at 120K by the end of such and such time. I don't believe that anymore. I believe that we're going to have a slow process of building momentum to the upside. But now people are so scared of investing in it that I do believe that that is putting fear in the market, which you should be doing what, guys, when there's a lot of fear in the market? You should be buying that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Buy the fear, sell the hype, guys. So when Bitcoin had all the hype behind it, guess what other people were doing? They were selling, guys. Guess where the people who actually can impact the market were doing? They were selling, guys. But the thing about cryptocurrency is that when it starts consolidating at a swing low or a swing high, instead of like foreign exchange, and this is actually a great point to go to. I'll probably do this when talk more about this on our crypto lounge. Let me show you guys. Now I'm just doing like a basic downtrend. So what I'm showing you is like the natural flow of like a Forex or stock market, right? And I'm gonna show you the flow of cryptocurrency, which people may not realize, right? So if this was deciding, if a regular currency pair was deciding to reverse, it would normally do what? Create some type of structure, such as a double bottom, a triple bottom, a head and shoulder, something like that, and then reverse up, right? Now, here's the movement of digital currency. And we're gonna do this in like a downtrend, And I think this will help on people understanding that, man, this is why I've been struggling, because I've been treating the movement like a stock pair or a Forex pair. So when cryptocurrency is ready to reverse, what it's normally going to do is create that consolidation. So this is the imagery of the consolidation, right? Around here where it creates this double bottom, that would probably be consolidation on a higher time frame, right? So are y'all understanding that? Like why it's called digital currency? This is literally a movement, potential projection of cryptocurrency moving, but actually creating a reversal move, which would be normally for it consolidation, guys. With a regular Forex pair or a stock currency or whatever else you're looking at, guys, within the market, it would normally create what? Double bottom, triple bottom, head and shoulders for reversals. And that would have been your buy move. But with cryptocurrency, your buy move or sell move, even the same thing, your sell move would be in a form of consolidation. And if you're aggressive, you'll probably jump in somewhere down here and be pulling your hair out. But again, if you're patient, you'll probably wait for that initial breakout. And I know, guys, when we see cryptocurrency, because it tends to go in like a straight line when it breaks out for some reason, and then come back like wildly aggressive. When you see that initial move, don't ever have that fear like that I'm missing the momentum, right? Be patient enough, even though it does look pretty. Now, for you, if you do decide to take a position while you're trading cryptocurrency and you got it, maybe you didn't wait for it to return and maybe you bought up here, for example, right? Well, just know that because you didn't have the lowest position possible, I can't stay in that market forever. So I definitely have to respect structure to the left of me, such as a previous high, level of resistance, level of support, if you were selling it, guys, and then take my profit from there and then wait for another move, guys. With trading, I don't want us to get into the habit of treating this like gambling, or I don't know. Yeah, really like gambling, because trying to hold something and see how long, guys, you'll make more income. You'll make more equity by getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out, so forth and so forth, until the market gives you what it needs. Before you know it, wow, man, I just made like $1,000 in 2 days. I just made like $5,000 in a week, guys. It's happening. And then obviously, if you keep practicing that methodology, By the time you get to higher lot sizes with the same mentality, it will be 100K days, guys. Guys, I've been able to be put in the room with people that are making 100K days. I know people personally that have made 50K days. You know what I'm saying? What does that do? Guess what? They're following a methodology or a system that they have, understanding that, okay, I can't just try to hold this market, because what if somebody said that, man, I am good from right here. Let's just kind of put that into perspective. I am good from right here, right? Say this was, I don't know, GBP, JPY. They bought it at the double bottom. And they're like, man, I'm going to hold this. It hits a level of resistance. Let's pull that up. So it hits a level of resistance and they're not paying attention to it. Why is this still giving me? And it even breaks the level of resistance just a little bit, right? Now they're feeling good. They're like, oh man, I can hold this. And I hope nobody would do that depending on how many pips they were up. Because if you saw income and it's like you refuse to take that, that's just something that you got to work with. But guys, you know, you buy it or sell it, and God forbid, you're not really paying attention, right? No more. You're just excited that, man, I see the profit, so I'm not really focusing on the trade. But you don't start seeing that this is what the market starts doing, right? And it normally happens like that, guys. Like I'm telling you, it normally happens like this. You're like, okay, well, maybe this is a return to my previous high, right? That's what we would like to think. This is a return to my previous high. It's just creating structure. Now, that could be, but what happens if it decides to do this? How hurt would you be? And this was your buy zone. Obviously, your stop loss was somewhere down here, hypothetically speaking, right? So understand, guys, this is not a buy or a sell and hold. This is a, let me stick to structure, or let me stick to a pip count, get my profit and get out. Make sense? Should make sense, guys. Let me erase all this and go to what I'm looking at. So we'll probably cut this a little bit short today, guys, because there's not really too much to go into about consolidation except being able to identify or knowing not to get caught in it, guys. You know what I'm saying? So consolidation, normally when it happens, depending on how aggressive it is, I normally treat consolidation as just a pit stop to continue in that direction, right? But you know, I'm saying that loosely, guys, because I don't want you to have it in your head that, oh, well, you know, when this consolidation, if I look to the left and it's been selling, it should continue to sell. In theory, but you do want to wait out for that breakout, guys. With cryptocurrency, it's going to be a little bit different. Let me back out to a higher time frame to see what this looks like. Oh yeah, let me go back now. I could have sworn they used to have an erase button here. I don't know. Give me a second, guys, as I delete all this. Now for Euro USD, because that's primarily what I'm looking at, guys. I've been trading it this morning. We had some great moves for the New York session this morning. I mean, some great moves. I think it was, yeah, it was like 10 o'clock. Then price did its retracement and then started making a move after the market opened after 5 o'clock, guys. So I am looking for Euro to still gain some traction to the upside. But as far as President Lagarde, she's the president for the European Central Bank over there. They have anticipation of doing, I think it was a 50 basis point hike. So there's a rate hike supposedly in September, right? As we know, you want to pretty much be out the market when that happens, but also still watching the market, because once the market settles, it'll kind of give you an idea of what the market is actually trying to do. So let's look at cryptocurrency. Well, let's look at Bitcoin from the higher time frame just to kind of see what it's doing, guys. But that's my overall thought process. I do believe that we're in a position to actually start going to the upside, but again, I have to wait for a little bit further data. And again, if it shoots down, cool, guys. That just means that, you know, if I'm not in the market, have the opportunity once it creates new forms of structure to take the market down. But I think we're pretty low to continue the market, selling right now. I know I've been talking with a lot of my business partners, a lot of my friends out there that invest as well. A lot of them are looking for cryptocurrency to return down, but what I'm specifically looking for is for us to make a recovery to the upside and then see from pretty much like 30K, 32K, what the market is showing us. It starts breaking structure, cool. It starts rejecting, then okay, we're probably looking at another dip for Bitcoin. I would actually love cryptocurrency to come down more, giving people another opportunity to jump in. But from what it's looking like, guys, me personally, my own bias is that we'll probably be ranging in this price range for quite a while until we break up, push aggressively up, come back down aggressively, and just start making subtle moves to the top. I don't think we'll see like Bitcoin hit 120K until like 2024, me personally. What's my sentiments on that? Just the natural flow of cryptocurrency, guys. Now, I know it's a volatile market that, could obviously with the moves that people have seen, but with that happening, I don't think that the market is going to be that gracious. However, the algorithm works, and even the other investors to really allow people to, make those big moves that we had in before. If you got in on those positions before, hey man, kudos to you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, keep investing, guys. But for the person that's just getting into this space, because again, cryptocurrency is just 10 years old. I think we just hit 10 years old, maybe 11 years old. So that's still fairly new when you look at other currencies or other stocks or metals in comparison to that, guys. So still a baby. You know what I'm saying? Still an infant, really. So we don't know what the projection would be, but especially with the cost of the economy, everything going up, what that is showing me personally is that the value of what the expectancy of people's income is going to change, yo. So in the future, and it may be like 20, 30, 50 years where the average income would be, like people making $100,000. But guess what? Everything else is going to go up. So you're talking about like the average, somebody could have maybe not a job, but somebody could have, income where they produce $1 million, and it's more common than it is like rare in this day and age, if that makes sense, right? But, I don't want to go into my whole sentimental values on what I believe, what the market will do, guys. I just like to think from that perspective, because when you look at cryptocurrency, it's technology, it's future, you know what I'm saying? And it is going to be how we pretty much move currency, how we actually involve technology into currency. We've already seen it with games such as like NBA 2K with the VC coins. I didn't understand that, and I used to be an avid 2K player, but they started adding that in there. That was the first signs that, hey man, we're heading towards a digital era where currency, as far as having like paper or fiat value, that stuff is going to be diminished, not completely phased out, but you'll have alternative methods to use money instead of just a generic way, which we already know. Understand, guys, we used to spend the silver dollar. You know what I'm saying? That used to be a currency in America, and it got phased out because paper money came out, right? And I believe there was a currency before that. I mean, I don't know. You would have to do your own research on history, guys. But I think that's powerful. And I think that people need to put a little bit more emphasis when they're looking at cryptocurrency and understanding what it could do. We may have missed the move initially, but our descendants, our children's children, they're gonna be the ones pretty much reaping the benefit from it. So don't fall short just because it didn't make you a millionaire. You'll be able to make somebody in your family a millionaire. That kind of got from the direction of where I wanted to go, guys. I know I got into cryptocurrency real quick, but yeah, I'm just that event that was placed out, and shout out to my bro Wall Street Mello. You guys can follow his page on YouTube. Just type it there. Shout out to him for hosting that event with those guys as well. But I really think it's powerful, and I would be doing you guys a disservice if I didn't even mention it, because it is a powerful tool, man. But let's look at Euro USD. So guys, right here, Euro USD selling opportunity, which we do know that Euro USD has been on a selling tear, guys, just on a weekly time frame. price has been selling, but we did hit a potential level of support or structure. Even when you look at wicks, you have to look at them as structure, guys, because when you break it down to a smaller time frame, you'll be able to discern that, oh wow, man, that was actually a double bottom, or that was two. If you ever seen two candles, a buying candle and a selling candle, and they look almost even, you treat that as a double bottom or a double top, guys. You know what I'm saying? So we have a potential order block right here, which it seems like it stopped short. What I'm anticipating, me personally, is that we're gonna have slow momentum, build our way back up, because what Europe is trying to do is to prevent itself from going into recession. But from the looks of it, because again, we still are battling with Russia and the Ukraine war. The price of oil is obviously continuing to go up, guys. So especially with, you know, Russia being a main supplier of oil, or one of the top suppliers, one of the main suppliers of oil, guys, other countries around it are pretty much having to pay in what I said last week, guys, and Russia's currency to help boost their economy, right? So they're trying to find alternative sources for energy, which is actually putting a damper on people's, I thought it was 8 o'clock, which is actually putting a damper on other countries' economy, because, you know, they're no longer able to get the resources. And especially since people aren't supporting the war, they're definitely not going to help, you know, Russia build their economy by paying for, you know, their oil and telling them, hey, man, you got to pay in our currency. So they're finding alternative methods because of the war, guys. So that's actually forcing oil to go up. That's actually forcing euro to go up as far as like the value right now in conjunction with oil, guys. But again, market structure trying to prevent itself from actually going into a recession, which is more likely than not that Europe, pound sterling, so United Kingdom, those guys are probably looking into going into a recession. I'm actually in close contact with somebody that lives in the United Kingdom, and just from what this gentleman has been telling me about their economy, guys, I mean, it matches up with what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? Like, the only thing we can do is get enough data to make a decision, you know, but not a prediction, if that makes sense. But let's look at it, guys. So I caught some buy moves pretty much. What was it? Was it yesterday or today? I mean, I know I caught a buy move today, and that's what I was looking for. But what was this? 23rd? Yeah, yesterday. So yesterday, 9 a.m. opening bell. What did the euro decide to do? The euro decided to do, and I caught this move at the freaking bottom. It was amazing. So I caught this move at the bottom, guys. Aggressive move to the upside, right? Excuse me. Where's my water at? Oh, right here. So aggressive move to the upside, guys, right? Again, if you were on my call where we talked about candlestick patterns, this is a bullish engulfing. Now, when you have that doesn't signify, because again, we still have to play structure. That doesn't signify that, oh man, this market is about to take off because of how aggressive that bullish move was. Now on the hour time frame, probably because again, it made a wick all the way up here. Let me see how many pips that is. So almost 100 pips, which if you've been following, you know, Forex currencies that move a little bit slower, guys, you understand that if it moves almost 100 pips in one direction, it's definitely reclaiming a percentage of that. And what did it decide to do? Not only claim 100%, because if we just put our fib on this bullish engulfing candle, you can measure 100%. I mean, you could do it objectively. You can say this is, I mean, zero on each side, it's 100%, guys, right? So what did price do? Popped up 98 pips, retraced more than 100%. You see what I'm saying, guys? So this is where I believe we talked about this like 2-3 weeks ago, where it's like price could come down 120%. But again, what did I just already say? There's always some form of structure going on that you probably missed, that you didn't think that the market was going to return back to. Now, me personally, I wouldn't have looked at it to retrace this low. Obviously, somewhere within this area would have been like sound for me. But, you know, we don't know everything that moves in the market. So within this structure, I did believe that we were going to have a break of this. Well, how I looked at it was a break of this previous high with this candle right here. And what I was looking for was the market to bounce off of this. What it did was drive the market down lower, play people again over here, probably come up a little bit, drive the market down to pretty much trap sellers. What it wanted to do at that time was trap sellers, guys, and then reverse the market up. So as far as we're seeing on the 4-hour time frame, especially since we have liquidity up here, I'm looking for potential buys, guys. That's all it is. And if I drag this area over here, I think this was like my consolidation zone. Let me look at it. Oh no, it was just that it was structure for me. So, oh, too easy, right? Simple stuff. Just waiting for the information to present itself, and then you take it according, guys. So right here we have 3 candles already. This one is still open. So if this candle closes bullish, again, I'm a more aggressive trader, so I would probably try to find a way to hop in this, right? But if this candle closes bullish, we now have what I believe is a 3 king, or I believe it's a 3 crown or 3 king pattern. I gotta look it up because I don't really follow that specific pattern all the way. But I know if I see 1 4-hour time frame, because again, I associate the time frame that I'm on, and I look at, momentum in the market as far as like bullish, even though it's slow, because again, it's not Wednesday yet. Normally Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Well, it is Wednesday, but we haven't had clear, decisive moves in the market. So normally Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, which that's what gave us. It gives us that choppiness. And then Wednesday, Thursday is normally where you have those moves where it's clear as day. Like, okay, I can see the direction that the market is trying to travel now, guys. So let's kind of look at that. And that'll pretty much close my call. Again, guys, I hope you gain value on this. And I hope, let me kind of backtrack, right? Because I wanted to talk about that with reference to this currency pair, right? So consolidation, y'all see that? I'm gonna just start making my consolidations purple. So everybody, when you jump on the call, you understand that, okay, he's marking up consolidation, right? So consolidation, guys, breakout, strong breakout. Guess what I'm thinking that the euro is about to return to? Once we get, clear movement, which I do believe we'll get our movement because we have a double bottom right here. Hopefully it doesn't create a triple bottom, but as far as we know right here, we have a double bottom. And I'm believing that the market is actually going to pull back up to the zone somewhere in here. Now, for me, I could definitely see it at least coming back to the bottom of this zone. You see what I'm saying? At least the bottom of the consolidation zone. But we have liquidity with these wicks up here. It definitely can travel as high as it wants to. Could blow through that. Again, the scenario is objective, guys. All you're doing is when it reaches that zone, see what it does. If it does the opposite of what you're expecting, and you're not already in the market, then okay, well, when it decides to pop up here, and if it breaks this consolidation zone, what do we need to do? Wait for a return, and then we know that we're buying up. But what I believe is that, again, Europe is trying to prevent itself from going into a recession. And I can even kind of show you guys real quick. Monthly time frame, right? Basic structure in the market. If you look at it, again, come all the way to the left, draw to the highest or the highest lowest point you see that has structure, right? So you bring this all the way over here, and I'm gonna change the color. Let's just change it to black. Is this not structure in the market, guys? One, what is this right here? I mean, obviously, you guys can't, but look at this right here, all right? Let me make my arrows so people can see this clear as day. Boom. Why is that pink? We were just talking about it, guys. Not only is this a double top right here, straight, support, guys. You can't even get something as clean as like this. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't ask for a better depiction of a break and retest, right? So we have a double top. Not only with the double top do we have a potential what? M pattern. Y'all see that? Let me trace it just in case somebody's like, well, I'm not seeing what you're seeing. And what do we know about M patterns? Is that they're selling patterns, guys, right? So it would make sense that we're structured all the way over here. If the market decides to return all the way up here, or within any area, it could be this high or this low. It could be this high. I could see that. That's definitely an area. Not to mention on the other side, guys, what do we have? I'm telling you, when you go through and back test, because that's what you guys need to get familiar with doing is back testing, you'll start finding that, oh man, dude, I did not see that before. That's probably because you're not doing enough back testing. What were we just talking about, guys? Now this is major consolidation. Major consolidation. But guess what? Even if this is major consolidation, what do we say? That no matter what side the market is on, it's going to return back to that consolidation area, right? So if I draw this out, and then say, if I just wanted an alert, I'm maybe not necessarily looking to enter off this trade, but say I just cut my consolidation zone in half. Wow, that's crazy that I wasn't even trying to line it up. I was really trying to make it half, guys, like intentionally. So the market returned up to this zone. I have no reason to be confused about it because I already identified on a monthly time frame that there was consolidation that the market broke out of, returned to, popped up, created resistance off of that, broke through that consolidation zone. So if it decides to pop up, we have at least an area, a generic area or a general area of where the market will decide to come back to, and then we could potentially sell. So if we do have a move where, in September or close to the end of the year, that this market decides to pop up, well, we know that one, it's trying to pretty much still follow the law of the market, which is structure. But we also know that it's trying to avoid a recession, right? Because if it does pop up, since we've already wrong dialogue, right? Since we've already broken structure, previous lows, but we also have consolidation on this side, we can objectively say that, okay, the market could potentially return up here. The market could potentially return up here and then fall down from there. So what is that? I'm gonna have to put that in for myself because I think that actually might be an area, guys. Don't mind me. I like doing this. So when I identify stuff like this, whether it's live or I'm teaching guys, that's good information for myself to know. That's good information for you guys to know. And the reason why I did 0, I'm gonna do after the decimal 0.9500 is because I follow the macro theory, guys. We'll talk about that another day. We don't have that time because we're pretty much pressing our luck already. And I think the video is going to kick me off because of how I have my settings on. So let's look for a potential area where we can get in on Euro USD, guys. I do want to see what the dollar did because it should be opening up right now, right? Again, consolidation, guys, right here. Consolidation right here. Is that not consolidation? I mean, it looks weird. Trying to find it where it has like its best image. Probably all the way down to the 15-minute. Let me see how the DXY opened up, if it is open right now. Okay. Makes sense to me, man. So the DXY opened up bullish, but we haven't hit 8 o'clock yet, guys. So it opened up bullish. We'll probably have like a push up, maybe even creating resistance here. I doubt it, but let's do this. So for this position, guys, I would rather us try to catch it at a higher position instead of trying to let it come down low to us. Because for me, I do believe the momentum is still strong to the upside. Just from this move alone, I believe that we are strong to the upside. 8 o'clock will obviously trigger, some momentum, and then we'll figure out what the market is trying to do from there. But I do believe that we're pretty much consolidating up to break out and continue to the upside. So what I want to do is try to catch a move, a break out of like one of these liquidity zones where the wicks are at, and then catch the pullback. I mean, unless you're aggressive like me and you want to ride the impulse and then try to catch the pullback also. So I like this zone, guys. What I want to do is that's what I want to do. So pretty much me personally, I'm going to look for a buy option after it breaks the structure over here. And I'll probably, nothing too heavy. I will probably ride it up to at least a little bit above this zone where this previous structure's at. So that's about 60 pips. So we're looking at that. Now, I'm not looking to buy here. What I want to kind of see, guys, is I want to see a spike up and then a return. So if it does start retracing, like I'm not looking for this initial move right here, right? And we'll do it like where there's some structure at, right? Previous level of resistance. Previous level of structure. So if price does, reject here, we know that, okay, price is respecting the previous low. But if not, could definitely pull through. Not looking at, an aggressive move for Euro USD, guys. So I'm probably only going to do, we can probably do like 2-3 targets. So where we at? 650. But guys, man, if you found value today, please like, comment, subscribe if you find value. But also give me some input, guys. I'm open to the criticism. I understand, I may not be perfect or I may not be explaining it in a way you guys can understand it. So if that is the case, let me know. I'm open to it, guys. So, I'm just trying to provide a resource for the community because, again, the wealthy already know about this. So the average person just doesn't know about this or know how to manage this through the market. Now, guys, obviously, if you've been following me, you know that this information is logged into your MetaTrader 4. And again, I'm working this weekend, guys, to try to provide a tutorial on one, setting up your MetaTrader 4. Depending on the broker, you guys can use whatever broker you like. I'll just give you the ones that I'm familiar with, but you can normally, they're pretty universal as far as like the setup. If they're not, I would tell you, and you're using a broker that I haven't mentioned, I would say YouTube it or, Google it, because normally there's somebody out there that's like, hey, yeah, this is how you set up the broker with such and such, right? I choose the wrong. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. Why is it not? Oh, I see what I did. I always do that. It's been a long week already, guys. Excuse me. So obviously, if price decides to push down here, where this liquidity zone is at, what we want to do is wait, guys, because again, what I want is a move up and then catch the pullback. So I'm not entering right now. You see what I'm saying? I understand that it may dive a little bit deeper, but what I want to do is catch the momentum to the upside. Now, again, depending on how you trade, you may be the aggressive trader that says, okay, once it dives deep into here and I'm not actively in the market yet, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait. So you could do a buy stop once it dives, once the market pretty much, puts itself in our drawdown, in drawdown, which we're not in right now. So nobody should be in right now. But what I'm gonna do is that if I do see rejection somewhere in the zone, I probably will do something like a buy stop. But what I recommend, guys, is waiting for a structure to break, it to return to the zone somewhere within that ballpark area, and then you take the market up from there, guys. All right. I always suggest getting out at exit number 2, and then just kind of assess the market to see, or bring down your lot size depending on what you guys are trading. Start taking partial profit from your lot size, and then either ride it and put it in profit or look for another area to re-enter the market. Make sense? We're doing pretty good so far, guys. So I can't remember what I gave out last week. I'm pretty sure it was either GJ or Euro USD, but we're doing pretty good so far, guys. So I think we've only hit stop loss once now, and any moves we've had is we've been pretty much making profit. So nobody should really not be, increasing their trading account with the moves we've been making in the market, guys. So pat yourselves on the back, because, even though I'm over here making the decision, you're pushing the button. So you're just as much as successful as I am, guys, when you're doing this. So, keep at it, right? Don't change your methodology. Don't change your rhythm. Don't change your flow of things. Just keep executing, guys. You know what I'm saying? Results may vary, obviously, and none of us are going to be perfect in this market. So even though we see it, it may not be there. Or what I've normally found myself doing is being super early in the market, being that guy that's super early in the market. I see it, but I see it too fast. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick second to kind of look at that. It's 8:03 Eastern time. So I'll give you guys a quick second to look at that. But I mean, obviously you guys can go on my recording. So quick second, take your snapshot, whatever, because I know you guys may be busy. But man, I hope y'all have a successful trading week the rest of this week, man. Understand that there may be a lot of news affected, especially with Biden, doing the relief fund, the relief for student loans. So, we're going to see how the market responds to that. And then, just make our profit from there, guys. So again, I hope you guys are learning something. I hope you guys are finding value, man. And again, I appreciate everyone their support. I cannot do this without you guys. So trust me, I do not take that stuff for granted. And I like what I do. I really like what I do. So contact me, guys. Reach out to me. Tell me what I could do better. Just, give me a thanks, whatever you're gonna say, man. And just keep growing from there. So this concludes our call, guys, but see you guys at the top because I'm taking everybody to the top with me. Digital Goat signing out.